What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Dylan Talks back at it with another video, and I just wanted to say, ArtofKickz, thank you, my guy. Thank you for reaching out to me, man. You just reached 800,000 subscribers. Congratulations. I'm so happy he reached out to me to want to do this interview. I didn't ask him, and I just hope you guys enjoy it. As always, it's been your boy Dylan Talks. Stay tuned. How did you get started doing YouTube, and what was it that really took off for you when you first, got your steps in the door with YouTube?
That's a good question. I haven't thought a whole lot about what really that video was, but no. Let me take that back. I do know exactly what it was, but my start with YouTube, I got started doing sneaker restorations. I would go around. I used to watch sneaker videos, like people restore sneakers like crazy. And I used to be into art myself. So I was like, yo, how can I use my talent for doing art and apply it to something that's more in demand? So I saw people restoring sneakers. I was like, you know what? I have a good eye for detailed work. So I'm gonna apply that to the sneaker culture. So I would go around the city of Atlanta. I would pick up sneakers. I used to be in Facebook groups that had tens of thousands of people on them that were all stationed here in Georgia. And I would get on there. I would show before and after work of my progress of my work. At the time, people were restoring sneakers, but they wasn't showing the clients of the people they restored the sneakers for. So I was like, yo, I'm going to pick up these shoes and I'm going to vlog that experience. So people are going to get to see me travel around the state, picking up people's shoes, talking to them, them being sad, showing their sneakers and how trash they look. And then me taking them home, fixing them up, bringing them back to them. And you see a whole new look of enjoyment on their face, because sneakers for a lot of people are iconic, and then they hold like a whole lot of value to them because it's that nostalgia.
What are your plans for 2021? This year's a new year. Do you see yourself collaborating with other YouTubers and doing different types of content other than, what you're currently doing right now?
Most certainly. I actually have so I'm definitely doing more collabing. I've just started getting back into doing skits and stuff. They got a whole filmer, a whole editor, a whole script writers. They're really doing the big things. But they actually planning on making a series out of that one skit that I did.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
The acting was top notch too, man. Y'all killed that video.
I didn't even know how it was gonna come out. I just was like. And what's crazy is a lot of that was first go too. It was like, nah, ain't no retake. We just go once, boom. That was a good time. I had fun doing that. So I'm looking forward, most certainly doing some more. Yeah. But as far as other stuff, I got some stuff that I want to do this year that COVID may prevent me from doing, unfortunately. But I got some stuff that I want to do this year that I can't really talk about.
Gotcha.
But just know it's gonna be far different, especially to stand out. In the space of YouTube itself, because every single day you got new people joining the platform and becoming content creators. I can't tell you the amount of messages that I get on a daily basis. Say, hey, I just started a YouTube channel today. I'm like, hey, put out some content, put out the work, and be different than what you're seeing out there. But at the same time, you don't gotta recreate the wheel. You know this. You know this very well, Dylan. You don't gotta recreate the wheel. You just gotta go in there and just put your own spice to it.
Dude, I saw that you were featured on Before They Were Famous, and I wanted to ask you, how did that happen? Were you reached out before he put you on the video, or were you just coming across it from a fan that was like, ArtofKickz, I just saw you on Before They Were Famous?
No, dude, what's crazy, usually that's how it happens. If I'm not reached out, because sometimes I'll be reached out by people, but if I'm not reached out, then a fan will tell me. But no, this time, dude, I was sitting here yesterday and I was getting some merchandise orders together, and I just so happened to play. I was like, because I love their channel, so I'm always watching their videos and stuff. I was like, oh snap, they got it Before they were famous on the Busted challenge. So I clicked on it, and it just got there sitting there playing in the background. And then I freaking turn, I'm like sitting there working on the merchandise, and then I hear myself, and I'm like, what the hell? Did the video switch over from their video to my video? So I went to go change it back to their video, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the freak? Something's weird about this video. I'm like, oh shit, my video is on their video. So yeah, that's how I came across. That's how I found out. And I ended up commenting on it and on their video, on their actual video. And I was like, man, this is not how I wanted to be on Before They Were Famous.
Also, you're really killing it on TikTok, and you trying to jump into that as well outside of YouTube.
Well, most certainly, because I know for me years ago, and I was telling so many people, I was like, yo, I missed the whole Vine thing. When Vine came around, it was like strictly iPhone. I just got my first iPhone like 2 years ago. I was like, I missed that whole Vine thing. But I was like, next time something like Vine comes along, I'm jumping on it. Then Musically and all this other stuff came along, and I
Hmm.
still missed I still missed the ball on those. But I was like, all right, watch. If something comes, I'm getting on it. And then TikTok came, and I jumped right on it. I was one of the first early people getting on there,
Oh
but
wow.
I didn't really take it serious. It was so brand new that like nothing was really trending at that time.
What life experience changed you into the man you are today? Was there ever like something that happened where you like, damn, that really changed me or
Um,
taught me, you know?
Probably, I mean, definitely a few things. For one, my mom passing. My mom passed away back in 2015. That was definitely something that changed me a great deal. But I was already going through the process of
Hmm.
changing, like as she was on her deathbed, or like
Mm.
leading up to that moment. I had been like 2 months into that process of like me sitting down and reading and stopped watching television and started focusing on my mental health and all this type of stuff before, like, a couple of months before I lost her. But my whole life was probably just, as you get older, you get to a point where you kind of reflect on your past, and you kind of reflect on the person you are today.
Hmm.
And you look at it like, okay, I'm this person today because of the things that I went through and experienced in life. If I'm not happy with who I am now, does it have to do something with what I've been through and what I've experienced in the past? And it was that for me. I got to a point, I was like 28 years old. I'm 33 now. I was 28 years old, and I was like, yo, my life is shit. Like,
I
this
got you.
sucks. I
Yeah.
hate this. But let me do something about it. So I started moving forward and worked on changing my mind, because that's where it all starts. It's tough when you have a close relationship, even though like her and I didn't have the best, healthiest relationship. She was still like all I had as far as family. I ain't have anybody
Yeah.
else. It was just her. So like she was literally my reason for living. Like I was so down and out about life that I didn't care to live anymore.
I think, the blessings came because of that, A lot of the things your mom's probably like, look what my son's done for himself. I think
Yeah,
she may have even given you that light to push yourself to where you are today in a way, you know.
most certainly, most certainly. I agree with that 100%.
What are some goals outside of YouTube you would like to achieve? But I feel like I already asked you that earlier. This was just a question I wrote, so I'll just move on to the next one. Who's your
No,
favorite?
we can
Oh,
we can
okay.
get into it, because the question you asked earlier had more to do with my YouTube goals.
Okay.
Outside of YouTube, I want to start another business. I want to start a business that is completely, because YouTube may not be forever for me, and YouTube, they can take it away from me any moment,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I
Yeah.
definitely got to get something in place to where I'm continue to earn the income as an entrepreneur that is not all tied into what I do on YouTube. And then the other thing too, obviously my whole fitness thing, people are seeing it on YouTube, but that's my life, that is me. So being well and making sure I'm taking care of myself, that's something that I definitely want to achieve. So I want to get into the best physical peak shape of my life by the end of this year. And then what else I want to do outside of YouTube? Man, hell, get into a relationship. You and I talked about this. I know your type. You know my type. We got a very similar type.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, maybe get into a relationship.
Who is your favorite artist right now? There's a lot of artists, so they can go from the independent scene, they can go from whatever scene you listen to. But if you were to say like
Hmm.
your top number one artist on your playlist, who would it be?
Man, on my playlist, I gotta look at the playlist. Oh, my playlist. Well, I don't have a number one. I don't have a number one. I can say who I'm like constantly damn listening to, like on repeat right now. 21 Savage.
21. So
21
I haven't
Savage.
listened to him since, man, probably like 11th grade.
21 Savage stuff is really popping right now.
Is it
Um,
really? I
yeah,
haven't heard him
like
in a
he
minute.
got some newer stuff that's out, and it's like it just sounds really good to me. So I'm like enjoying the heck out of it. But he's definitely wouldn't be someone I consider my favorite rapper. I never want to give that answer, because I don't think I'll ever have that answer.
Where do you see reaction channels going in the next 5 years?
Ooh, that's a good question. If YouTube permits, if
I
the
see
laws
deals
permits,
happening. To be honest, like I see like, you know, people signing deals with certain companies and stuff like that if it gets too crazy with copyright. Because I saw you say like, man, they need to start, these labels need to start. They're gonna have issues with us. Let's just get some type of deal in place. We got the amount of subs. Let us
right?
just promote the music or whatever, you know, for
Exactly,
reaction channels. So
exactly.
I could see
I
that
feel
being a
like,
thing. Or
yeah, I feel like
licensing, you
that.
got to get your own license or something.
Yeah, I feel like that would have to happen in order for us to not, get into the position where we'll get in trouble. Like tonight, I'm gonna be doing a versus. Who is it? Ashanti versus somebody. I can't remember who else it is, but I'm gonna do that whole versus live stream, which I know I'm gonna get hit with a copyright claim for every single song after that live stream goes up. So I'm gonna have to delete this live stream after, but I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I should just be able to sit there and enjoy the content, with people around the world and to help promote and push them as artists. But yeah, something I think either in the next 5 years, either that will happen where more notable content creators and reactors and stuff will start getting these type of deals with artists.
Right.
Like I have deals with like, well, not deals, but I can send, some of my reactions that I've done to, a handful of artists and they will, uplift the claims and stuff, which is typically the ones that I only really deal with now. But other than that, I feel like if it doesn't get taken care of in some type of fashion, then we would all probably vanish off the face of the earth. Vilu, for instance, they have deals with every artist that they react to. They react to big artists, and all their videos hit millions of views every single time they drop a reaction, and they're getting paid off of every last one of those videos.
Got you.
And so they have deals with the record labels, but you don't see them trying to put other channels in that same position. You don't
Hmm.
see ZS and Bilu be like, hey, let's take care of these other channels too. And I think that has to do with what we know from record labels. How they treat their artists is probably going to be the same way they
Yeah,
treat these content
if
creators.
you're hot, you're gonna be treated a certain way. If you're not, yeah,
Exactly. So it's only going to be like the super hot ones that are going to get the recognition
yeah,
and the
like the
special
club, you ain't
treatment.
in the club type shit.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. So it will have to be something on a larger scale. I feel like what's weird. I feel like TikTok might be that thing to kind of open the doors for even YouTube content creators, because TikTok is a platform that people or artists are utilizing to blow up their music. They're blowing up their own music using TikTok, but because of that, I feel like that might be the thing that opened up the door for YouTube content creators to be able to utilize, music or whatnot in the same way.